Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall, where I'm doing the first four videos here in preparation for coming up in May when various Let's Plays come to an end, and this one replaces one of them. Kreuzberg, home to nearly 500,000 people, and until very recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that locals call the Cruise Bazaar, a safe port in the eye of a storm. The ride back to Cruise Bazaar is quiet. No one is in a talking mood. As the van veers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of streetlights and neon signs plays across your window, painting the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon the van rounds a corner and skids to a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks the vehicle and climbs down into a disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing your team safe passage into the Cruise Bazaar. Your Safehouse waits on the other side. Autosave. Timer start. Let's get inside. There's not much here. I can't happen fast enough. The sooner we get in, the sooner I get in trouble. They keep mixing his language with mix of English and German. All Arncel. You step inside. The squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part deal-maker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in, the grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Something in the vault security system cooked her brain. It was too quick to be black eyes. Glory nods, emotions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. And this idiot stood by and let it happen. Say nothing. What, nothing to say about that rookie? If I'd been in your place, Monica would still be alive and with us. Instead, I left her with you, and now my friend is a corpse. Ooh, I'm doing her voice wrong again. What? Nothing to say about that rookie. If I'd been in your place, Monica would still be alive and with us. Instead, I left her with you, and now my friend is a corpse in the basement. Look, Iger, you weren't quick enough stuck in that... You weren't stuck in that basement with us. You don't know how things went down, so do us all a favor and shut it down, okay? Shut it down? Fuck that. Iger turns to Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough, you're going to get burned. Iger turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough! Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do in a breaker to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your... That is enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar, and his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and whatevs can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there, something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. Owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. I need to give her more melodic tone. Thing is, she's got all the old-gen cyberware, and she's got a lot of it, so she's really disconnected from humanity. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy. He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? Monica lived long enough to say a name. Fierschwing. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Emzel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The fire wing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. The fire wing? The fire wing. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Fierschwing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Fierschwing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There is a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually the fire wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire, and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland in the SOX. This event was called the Dragonfall. Title drop. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. The Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be. I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the awakening were traumatic, Iga, not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for the bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Fire Wing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. And I apologize to any Germans out there that may or may not be listening. I know my accents are horrible. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Fierschwing is a bit of historical trivia and nothing more. That was wrong accent on so many levels. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Tiger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. First Swing has been dead and gone for 42 years. If there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, and slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn anything else of value? That's all we got. That's not much. Amsel nods, his face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Okay, you haven't said a thing about our client yet. Whoever said it's no... Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? Ems looks pained. I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take the job. But she assured me that it would be a cakewalk. They don't do these on every W, Luke. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Venters. He used to be a prominent activist in the upstate political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state, he sighs. Venters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. That was all it took. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There is a man here in the Cruz Bazaar, a Turk named Altuk Burakazi. I apologize. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Cez. This man is also a purveyor of information. I have done business with him from time to time. And you think you could know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's association with Green Winters, I contacted Altuk. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. Best to be cautious in our line of work. I'm sure Ager would love to hear that. For good reason, it would seem. I'll talk to Altug and see what he knows about Green Winters. Very well. Tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. And I've gained karma. And we can still talk to him. Let's do that. Did you get information about the Green Winters? No, not yet. Then please, continue working. We need to find that man. Hello. Diedrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still remains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all this, there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Whatevs, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing. We've got a fallen comrade to drink to. I'll take the bottle. To Monica, prosts. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. A taste of sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig, then turn the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, whatevs. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me you had moved here from the Rhine-Ruhr megaplex. Maybe made it sound like you've been there a good many years, successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. Member of my old crew betrayed me. Ain't that a pisser? I can handle all sorts of things, but betrayal always makes me see red. Right there with you. There were extenuating circumstances. If he didn't do what he did, his family would have paid the price. That's rough, but it's still on him, not you. You should have been more careful. What'd you do? What could I do? I faked my own death. It was the only way to save his family's lives. Wouldn't it have been my choice, but good on you, I suppose. All the same, whatevs. Saints don't tend to last very long with this line of work. Trust me, I've watched enough of them buy it to know. Okay, so you faked your own death, bailed to the rest of your team, and bailed on the rest of you and made your way here to Berlin. Am I getting that right? More or less. There wasn't much left for me in the Ruplex, and Monica made me a hell of an offer. Ah yes, Monica. Raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. We're treading into dangerously personal territory here. Are we? Sorry about that. Never been much for boundaries. All the same, I'd like it if you'd tell me. Always intended to get to know Monica better, but it's too late to ask her in person. I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. She did have a mysterious way about her. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in surprise. We were very close. That's so. Huh. Learn something new every day, Dietrich raises an eyebrow. Well, anyway, good on you both. Dietrich raises his bald to you and salute. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward and pouring the rest on the ground. I do like the way that we were very close implies what it implies, but never actually says it, so you could use it to explain any of a number of things. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Don't worry, boy, we'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl. When it stopped, that's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down to those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Grab Monica's bag of soy jerky treats off the table and give him one. Dante takes the treat in his mouth, but it's clear he has no appetite for it, and the jerky drops to the floor. He leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, whatevs. Well, perhaps a bit of part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you've finished with all to Mena, Fluten. With luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. Now I think we should all take a moment for Monica. Okay. I also need... Ooh, what's this? Stash. Okay. Confirm. There's nothing in there that I can use. Hello, Iger. Iger glares at you, can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Is something I can do for you, fearless leader? We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this, whatevs. One of these days we're going to hash this out and you can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends. But it won't be today. Alright, Tega. I get the hint. I'll give you your space. I keep drifting into something like Irish brogue for her. Good call. Should be doing Iger as German, I think. I think they're all German. Gloria's beautiful in a wayfish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Gloria's rocking a heavy load of cyberware from head to toe. She looks to be composed of more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. But Evs? Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cool and placid as always. Can I help you? How are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. you say you're good, you're good. I trust you. Chloe's expression remains neutral, but she grants you a barely perceptible nod. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client, extract some answers. Beyond that, take jobs, get paid. I have a question for you, Glory, of the personal kind. I'm not big on sharing sport for personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you that she's not interested in continuing the conversation. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm going to have to build up some rapport with them in order to get them to talk to me more. Where's the exit? Oh, it's out here. The dog was blocking. That's why the dog was there. I am going to go ahead and save. Oh, I have karma. And let's spin that karma. Okay. We do need to end up buying some stuff for her deck a little bit. Giving her some some biotech would be nice too. But beyond that, she needs there, yeah. Better skill with her pistol. What does that give me? Critical damage percentage visible. This gives me ranged. If I go to this, additional weapon slot not yet unlocked. What is this? Overwatch, not. Let's go to there. Okay, that gives me 1. And I'm going to get some biotech. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to save again. I would like to play an Oni in this, be able to play my Shintoist from the regular game. Or my pistol gunslinger, but you can't do a pistol adept here. It's all melee adepts. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen trid screens. She speaks in clipped, heavily accented German. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? I need some tech and I'm on a tight schedule. Show me what you've got. Programs. Do we have any ESPs? I don't see any. We have a medic. We're gonna need that. Go ahead and grab that. I have room for 3. I have erosion right now. Killer, firewall. I could do firewall. Let's do slow. I like slow. Okay. I think I only have the room for the 3 right now. Creates a shield expert system program. Assassin expert, attacker expert, exploder expert. I don't want an exploder expert. They're one shot. Assassin. I think I want. Do I want a shield? I want a shield. And I think that's going to be. What do we have in outfits? I can get that. That works. Okay. Secure Decker clothing. There we go, that looks pretty cool. Okay. Can we sell to you? I know my timer did just go off. Okay. Okay, we've got that. Huh. I'm going to want to improve fairly soon. Cafe Sevs, that's where our thing is. Anyway, see you in a moment.